Four Seasons Car Wash on 34th Street in Moorhead is a proud supporter of Spuds TV and the Spuds.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive year.
Good evening. Tonight from East Grand Forks, we've got high school hockey. It's the Moorhead Spuds and the East Grand Forks Green Wave, and it is a Section 8 matchup. Moorhead is AA, East Grand Forks is single A, but it's still, Rob Grammer, Section 8 hockey.
It is Mariucci Conference play here. The traditional matchup for the Spuds, being only 70-some odd miles up the road. It's a fantastic traditional matchup for Moorhead, and we're happy to come up here and bring the Spuds up here and be up here to call the game tonight.
And it's always a great game. I mean, it's outstanding. Very seldom does it get beyond 2 goals difference.
Yeah, and a lot of these, in community-based hockey, a lot of these towns have a culture about them, and East Grand Forks certainly has that. And they always play hard, and they always seem to save their best for the Spuds.
All you have to do is look at one end of the arena to see the banners that are flowing yet from Section 8 championships and even Class A state championships. In successive, they had a great run in the mid-teens.
They have. It's a very proud hockey community, and they maintain a strong tradition and a strong program that turns out not only great teams, but players that continue on. Multiple players at the University of North Dakota right now, as well as other Division I players and even players in the NHL right now for East Grand Forks. So very proud hockey tradition here.
Moorhead's junior varsity got a 6-3 win, trailing 3-1. They score the next 5 goals and come away with the 6-3 win. We'll find out more about that from Sam Walsted during our second intermission. John Ammerman joined us prior to the start of tonight's game, and we'll hear from the Moorhead coach after this timeout. In the Green Wave. John Ammerman joins us on our pregame shows. We talk first, let's go back a little ways to this last weekend, Saturday's game against Benilde St. Margaret. And we know full well that Benilde St. Margaret is one of those teams that will factor into a lot of things by the end of the year.
Yeah, and coming into the year, they were a team that everybody was expecting a lot from. They've, I think to their own accord, had a little bit of a difficult start, but you can see just in the game that we played against them, the talent that they have, and that section itself is going to be a rough one to get through, but they have a chance in the end. But the game itself was, I thought, a very well played game, up and back, and a great ending, obviously, from our perspective. But it was nice to see us come back. We were down late in the third and battle back to tie it and then score on the last shift of the game. A good result, and I thought a good effort start to finish.
For the most part, an evenly skated game, but then a little extra jump on the skates from Moorhead to get that game winner.
Yeah, and an incredible individual effort from Carter Johnson. But some of those little things that maybe people don't see. Cullen Jess makes a good play to just get the puck over their offensive, our defensive blue line. Carter pressures their defenseman, one of the better defensemen in the state, and he makes a mistake. Carter takes advantage and then scores on a very good goalie with 28 seconds left. So top to bottom, a very good play, a great effort, and something that I don't know that we should be surprised with that top line right now. They continue to make plays and give us a chance to win every night.
Spuds are on the road tonight as they take on East Grand Forks. A look at tonight's game with the Green Wave when we return after this timeout.
Spend more moments in the moment, not in pain, with orthopedics and sports medicine care from Sanford Health. Our teams.
It's Section 8, and that's all we need to say.
Yeah, and a Mariucci Conference matchup as well, but East Grand Forks and what they've done over the past decade plus in terms of producing players and putting together successful, tough-to-play against teams, second to none. So every time we play against them, we're going to have our hands full, and this year's no different for sure.
East Grand Forks kind of woke up a lot of people when they defeated crosstown rival Grand Forks Central earlier this year.
Yeah, and quality wins up and down, and will continue to be. They're a factor and have made themselves a factor in single A hockey. And like I mentioned to a few people, whether it's single A, double A, like you mentioned, they're a quality opponent, and lucky for us, it's only an hour away. So another opportunity for us to be tested. Seems like it's been kind of a theme here for about a month, but it's been good for our kids. Our kids have shown up and risen to occasions, and hopefully tonight's no different.
What is the strength that East Grand Forks brings to the ice?
Well, I think their depth. They're kind of built like a double A team, to be honest. They have a good, strong defensemen that skate well and get up and down the ice, and they have multiple forward lines that'll be tough to handle. So it's up to us here to get up for it right away and make sure that we get the puck into their zone and go to work. I think we do a great job when we're playing quick transition play. When we don't mess around, when we get back to pucks, when we get it up the ice, and we beat them in transition is when we're playing well. So hopefully we see that.
John Ammerman with us on our pregame show tonight from East Grand Forks. It's the Spuds and the Green Wave when we return after this timeout.
Knowing the right people makes
From East Grand Forks, it's high school hockey, and Moorhead takes on the Green Wave tonight. A recap of earlier actions saw the Spuds coming away with a 6-3 win in junior varsity play as they fell behind 3-1 and then scored the last 5 goals of the game. 6-3 the winner in junior varsity play. Will Kunka will get the start in goal tonight for Moorhead, his second start. In his previous outing was able to get the win, and so it's 1-0 on the mark. And for East Grand Forks, Austin Cooley, 2.03 goals against. He has recorded 6 wins, a loss, and 2 ties, and has an 88% save ratio. And we're ready to get this hockey game underway as we go out to center ice. For East Grand Forks, Landon Parker stands in, and for Moorhead, Carter Johnson. Moorhead has it, and we're underway. To the near side, it's played down deep into the near corner. Backside shot put on, blocked away, recovered off the far wall, and out toward center. Here comes the Green Wave. And on the near side, Cooper Holm comes into the near side. All the way down to the corner. Holm is double teamed, but is still with the puck before it's poked away by Grammer. And the play comes near side and out. Spuds stick handling their way loose, had it tipped up in and out of play, and not much to tell so far, Rob Grammer, and as to how this game is going to be played.
No, it was a nice little play after the opening faceoff with Caden Triggs delaying, coming across the line, and found Cullen Jess across the ice, but East Grand was able to break that shot attempt up.
So off the faceoff, it's drawn back into the Moorhead zone and chased down out of the near corner by Cade Moylanen. Work back down near side. We are just underway from East Grand Forks, and no scoring. Here's a shot and a rebound goal. Jackson Panzer waited on the backside, and Kunka left the rebound out to the side, and it was tipped in.
Well, a really nice forecheck by East Grand Forks just to kind of keep the puck alive and not let the Spuds come out clean. And they work it up top, and just a quick snapshot to the net with traffic. A tip, a rebound, and a second chance goes into the net.
Jackson Panzer for East Grand Forks with that goal, his 5th of the season. And East Grand Forks jumps up quickly. just underway as the play comes right back in on goal and then dished out, and out it comes all the way to center where it's gathered in and then tipped off to the far side. Jackson Panzer. Josh Nelson and Cole Avery getting assists on that Jackson Panzer goal, and it's 1-0 East Grand Forks. So out of the end, here comes Moorhead as they work it out to center. On its way in, Cade Moylan dishes it ahead, and it goes all the way down to the near corner, spinning behind the net. Played back down near side. And from there, up on top, here's a quick turnaround by Grant Frisch, and it rolls behind the net, set off far side, backhanded, and played briefly by Jonas Spicer before it comes out to center. All the way down where Grammer gives chase, and he goes down deep into the corner before bringing it back to the net, and from there worked off the play, and it's recovered by Grant Frisch. Along the near side, now the outlet pass comes through, and the Spuds have it one-on-one and in. Tipped away and nicely recovered by Spicer before sending it out and intercepted by East Grand Forks. On the walk up the ice now, Landon Parker had it down, dish to the far side, scrambling for it there. It's played, Parker taking a look at it, but the Spuds are able to get a stick on it and play it out to center. And from there, it's at the blue line. Caden Triggs had a moment where he had a chance to put it on, but was worked off the play, and here comes the Green Wave. Along the near side, and to the blue line and out, long rink wide pass bouncing into the zone. McCoy Gregoire chasing it down for Moorhead, but that has brought up an icing call. A quick 1-0 lead for the Green Wave.
A good jump out of the chute for the Green Wave as they've been able to sustain some pressure down in the Spud zone.
That goal scored, Josh Nelson picking up his 7th assist of the season. And also helping out of the play was Cole Avery, and that was his 2nd assist of the year.
A nice job by Austin Cooley there of the Green Wave to gobble up that quick shot from McCoy Gregoire as Caden Triggs was right on the top of the crease ready for a rebound.
1-0 East Side as we move in. Here's a shot from the point, deflected down all the way behind the net, off to the far corner, and from there it's played. Carter Johnson had a chance at it, it's tipped up and away, staying in the zone. Battle for it right along the point as they scrap along the wall. Moorhead's trying to keep it in the zone. Green Wave trying to take it out of the zone. Moylan has it. Now it slips away, and Moorhead comes out with it. Here's McCoy Gregoire backpedaling into his own end before sending it out. Intercepted and taken back by Josh Nelson. He brings it on the near side, down deep into the corner. Nelson then drops it back for Brody Schultz, and play continues off to the far side. Set out to the point. Long shot from there set in, and Kunka turned that one away. As it's played off the far wall and out. A leaping try by Brandon Anderson to bring it down, but it jumped over his leap, and it's played all the way back in now to the far side. Tracked down by Lucas Fear. Brought back on the near side, and Carson Triggs bangs it in. Carson Triggs wants to turn the corner. He is undercut. He goes down. Arm goes up. And the play in the far corner, scrambling in for it as the Green Wave take a chance to control. The whistle blows. Moorhead will be on the power play.
Well, that was a really nice play coming up the ice, started by Lucas Fear on the right wall. He used his body very nicely to win a puck battle and makes a great exit pass across the ice to Carson Triggs. And Carson does a wonderful job of driving the defender wide and using his speed to get the edge, and the defender ended up taking him down, drawing the penalty for the Spuds. 23% conversions of power plays for the Spuds. And they work it off to the far side. Dish down low from there. Fear battling for it. He's being hounded all the way by Logan Spencer, and it comes out in front. Moore taking a whack at it, bouncing it loose. It comes out of the zone and all the way down. There's a race for it there. East Side will take a chance to change up on the play as it's picked up by McCoy Gregoire, and here comes Moorhead. Long rink wide pass, played off the far wall and in. Pulling up short, gauging his play, down behind the net, comes all the way around near side. Scrambling in for it, still on the power play. Moorhead gathers it in back in their own end. Turn and look as they face the forecheck and come out to center. Battling it ahead, it's 1-on-2, it's 1-on-3. All the way down into the far corner goes Cullen Jess, and he rings it around to the near side before dropping it back into the corner. From there, the Spuds play it, looking up on top. Grammer wants it, it's played down low. Here's a shot side on and blocked. Nice block down
to keep it into the near corner. And so Moorhead will try to regroup from there as the penalty now has 51 seconds remaining. Here's a long pass out of the zone, and Grammer will have to go down and pick it up.
Well, the Green Wave are doing a nice job overloading the strong side, and they're able to snuff out the Spuds as they're not moving the puck quite quickly enough to get it past them.
Grammer brings it up on the near side for Moylan, who brings it in with a long pass all the way down to the far corner. It lies there unattended before it's picked up and rung out to the near side. Spuds have vacated the point, and it comes all the way down. Grammer to go pick it up. So both teams making some changes here on this last trip up ice by Moorhead. They'll head up with 17 seconds left on the extra skater. Here's a rink-wide pass. Brought in near side Carson Triggs. He'll walk his way in, wind up, shoot, blocked away to the near corner, recovered Landon Parker. He'll turn it around. Time running out on the penalty, and as it's thrown up ice, the Green Wave come to full strength, and play continues on now at 5-on-5. 1-0 east side with the early lead. Back down into the near corner. It's sent up and blocked away. Moorhead recovering as they settle back in and pick it off the near wall before sending it out. It's returned in now by Cooper Holm and off to the near side. Down deep in the corner where Moorhead's Wyatt Gunkel plays it. And out along the near side, play continues on back into the corner past Carson Triggs and off to McCoy Gregoire, who wrists it out to the far side. Nice backhand pass out of the zone. Gathered in by Max Dronen and out. Here's the walk up the slot, deflected away. Back it comes now out to center. Tapped ahead by Landon Parker, and it rolls in on goal. Nobody's watching the play, and finally the Spuds pick it up and take it away from harm's way and brings it out to the near side where it escapes and rolls all the way up ice. In pursuit, A.J. Klaufstad comes there to it and gathers from behind the net before sending it off to the far corner. Reloading it again as the Spuds try to put some pressure to prevent the pass out of the zone, and the play is tied up at the blue line and poking in on it, and it rolls free, and it's onto the near side where the Spuds are there to pick it up. Backpedaling down, the outlet pass is intercepted. The pass in is deflected. To the near side, they play to the corner and off to the far side run around. Off the far wall. Big collision there. Puck works its way loose. Battled it up. It's sent in as it rolls around the corner and behind the net where they play it now. 9:42 to go in the opening period. East Grand Forks with a 1-0 lead. All the way down it goes. Loose puck in the far corner. Scrambling in from there. Moorhead trying to work it loose, and Cullen Jess helps out with the play and then leaves it for Jonas Spicer. Puts it out right in front of goal, and it's swept away. Back to the near side where Caden Moylan sends a shot up. That deflects up and out of play.
Really good bit of work from Jonas Spicer down low to get body position beneath the goal line, spin his way to the front of the net and almost jam one home. And as that rebound pops up to the blue line, Caden Moylan snaps another quick shot back to the net where Jonas almost is able to redirect it into the net.
1-0 east side, 9:20 to go, opening period, play near side. East side in control as they send it off to the far boards, and ricochets down and then picked up, and it floats in towards goal where the Spuds pick it off. On the return, it's 3-on-2 at the blue line. Brought near side, wind up shot blocked in. Oh my, what a save by Austin Cooley. He had that one bounce up and then took a swat at it and knocked it out of the way. To the far side now, played in the corner. The Spuds come out of there, walking his way in. Here's a shot and a goal! Working his way in, Caden Triggs, Moorhead's leading goal scorer, sniped it home, and this game is tied at 1.
Really strong work by the Spuds top line on that goal. Started with a great play up the ice where Cooley reacted to what was a centering pass and had a great reaction to make the initial save as the puck went to the corner. The Spuds win it, and big Caden Triggs wins the puck, walks to the front of the net and slams it home.
1-1, here's the announcement. And you are right, Rob, that front line combines on it. Caden Triggs getting the goal. Cullen Jess and Carter Johnson both assisting on the play. For Carter, his 18th assist of the year, and for Cullen Jess, his 21st. And a very potent front line for the Spuds ties the game at 1. On the near side, it's played off the near wall, and it bounces away all the way down. Tracking it, Luke Grammer picks it up. He turns and looks up ice with a long pass right side. Here comes the walk to the blue line and in. Nice flip ahead there by Lucas Fear. And it got away from him in the corner. The Spuds are there to keep control of it, but only briefly before Fear then returns into the corner to play it from one side of the corner to the other before backhanding it near side. It comes rolling all the way out near the point, but turned around, and it's sent all the way across ice. Play down on the ice, played back into the corner. Spuds are trying to find a way to get an attack going on here as Jonas Spicer comes into play. And it's sent off again to the far corner. And from there, Carson Schlenk has it for East Grand Forks, and it's played out to center. Brought back now on the near side, a long pass ahead, taken back east side, and they work it out to center ice and in. Here's a look on the near side, walking his way in. Brody Schultz takes it to the corner, and he sends it all the way around. Out of the far corner, Moorhead playing it off the wall. Bothered there, taken away, briefly recovered. Now McCoy Gregoire Moorhead as it's worked up on the near side for Kai Holm. He brings it in with a little lift pass. It bounces into the near corner. In and off the wall. Rolling it back near side. Kai Holm takes a big spill. He goes flying to the air and comes right back up and skates. Worked it away. Here's a long shot from out at center ice, thrown in. Bouncing it back now near side. East side comes up to center and through. Here's Nathaniel Emery. Into the corner where the Spuds take it back. Green Wave on a line change. 7:04 to go. Here's the lead pass out, and it's brought in by Cade Moynihan, and he works off to the far side. Centering pass got blocked in traffic. East Grand Forks there to pick it up. Here's the walk up by Cooper Holm. As he brings it in, it is blocked away by Kunka and played into the near corner. Moynihan goes after it. It's played back along the near wall. East side taking a good look before sending it into traffic, and it's pulled away. Moorhead works their way out with a nifty stick handling pass all the way up, and that one was too long, and so the icing call stops play. 6.5 minutes to go in the opening period. And Rob Grammer, we're tied at 1.
Good pace going up and down the ice. Pretty clean hockey being played with both teams playing hard and able to exit their zone and get through the neutral zone, and good defensive play both ways as well.
This face-off brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. As the Spuds gain it, work it off the wall, head out, long pass out of the zone. We've got a pursuit for it. Here comes Carson Triggs. He shoots, and it's blocked away. Austin Cooley just did get his left elbow up and block it. Here's the return out to center. Taken back by East Grand Forks. They throw it in, throw it down. And from their own end of the ice, icing is called. 6:12 now showing in the opening period.
Well, you see the speed from the sophomore Carson Triggs for the Spuds as a puck was deflected and it became a loose puck race out down the ice, and Carson was able to get the edge and just about sneak one past Cooley there.
Lucas Fair stands into the draw to the corner where it's picked up by East Grand Forks and played off to the far side. Try to backhand it out, and it's picked up and sent right back in by Fear. It drops to the ice, but then scooped up by Cooley, and we'll go into the face-off circle now with 6:03 remaining here in the opening period.
Some really good structure from the Spuds on their forecheck is bottling up the Green Wave, not making it extremely easy for them to come out of their own end clean, and thus resulting in some shots on net and face-offs.
Jonas Spicer works it out in front on the face-off, right in front of goal where it's tipped in, and the Spuds have come on board to take a 2-1 lead. And let's see if we can catch on that one. It looks like the tip-in went to Michael Overbo, and the Spuds now lead it 2-1.
Great job by both Jonas Spicer off an offensive zone face-off to win the puck, and Mike Overbo on the wing to help him win that puck, and then sneak in there, grab it, and rifle it past Cooley for a sniper's goal there for Mike Overbo.
The assist number 7, Jonas Spicer. Time of the goal, 11.
Jonas Spicer gets the only assist. That's his second of the year. Overbo with the goal, his 9th. And Moorhead now leads at 2-1. Back up ice, the pursuit in, heavy pursuit in on Will Kunka before it's turned away and played behind the net. Again, it comes out in front. Now a scramble for it there, and it's worked loose. Spuds keeping their skates. Comes out on the near side. Here's Kai Holm, keeping his balance and sliding on his way in. He tosses the pass in before heading off. Brought back now on the near side. Gathered in along the near corner, and from there swept out on top, and it's deflected all the way to the far wall and out to the point. Tapped in briefly, picked up Cullen Jess behind Carter Johnson, near side Wyatt Gunkel. That is Luke Grammer, and with the play out on top, the glove of Austin Cooley stops play. And anytime you get some close in action around the goal, you're going to have a little bit of pushing and shoving, and I don't know if anything will come of this or not, but play has stopped.
Well, there is going to be something come from it, and it's going to be something the Spuds are going to want to pay attention to, as I can promise you that they will take the trade of getting Luke Grammer off the ice in exchange for number 21, A.J. Kofstad. And I thought it looked very intentional that's what they were shooting to do in that situation.
Well, I was trying to interpret the signals given, and I thought he had indicated a 5-minute along the way there, but maybe it was just the number pointed out. But regardless, it is 5 minutes to go here in the opening period. Moorhead has jumped to a 2-1 lead. And off the face-off, the Spuds gather it in and send it all the way down. Played behind the net. East Grand Forks turning it around to the near side. A hard bounce pass. Here's the penalty announcement. Roughing is the call on Grammer. And Klofstad gets 2 minutes for cross-checking. Here's the walk-in. Here's a shot and a save by Will Kunka. He went down onto the pads and kept his position to pull it off the ice and keep the game at 2-1.
Well, one of the Green Wave snipers, Landon Parker, entered the zone there, worked himself into a good shooting position, but Will Kunka was very composed to square up to that puck and make the save.
So with 4.5 minutes now showing in the opening period, play to the far side. And to the blue line and in. Moorhead dropping it back for Carson Triggs. He's worked off the play, and it goes down deep into the far corner before being ringed around. All the way back out to the near side. It clears, and out it comes. Backpedaling his way down, Cade Moylan, and turns it around and on the near side out to center, taken back. East Grand Forks sending it rink wide as it gathers in off the far boards by Brandon Anderson, and he throws it up ice. Played behind the net by Kunka, who is out of position now, and he's quickly back in. Dangerous play, it appeared. But the play comes back out of the near side and the look in from there. Along the near wall and out to the far side. Here's the look ahead, and it's lifted up, and a bouncing puck comes all the way down. And as he tries to get the rebound, more extra contact is made, and we will have some extra penalties coming up on this with a very hard hit both ways. In fact, about 3 different ways as they unpile the players one from the other, and somebody's going to come out of this the worse for wear.
Well, they are, and the bouncing puck created a situation that was difficult for Cooley to handle, and the puck was loose. And as you teach your forwards to do, you want to finish hard at the net and try to poke those loose pucks home, and that's exactly what Carson Triggs did. And the East Grand Forks crew took some exception to that.
And as you might expect, if it was on the other end, you'd expect your teammates to follow up.
You sure would.
So we'll get things straightened out as Carter Johnson is over to listen in on the penalty call for Moorhead. And Landon Parker is listening in for East Grand Forks. That was a big hit, and I think that was as big a part of that call as any, is that it was a big load leveling hit right out there in front of goal.
Well, from my vantage point, it looked like Carson Triggs saw the reaction coming from the Green Wave defense, and he decided to get proactive in that altercation and maybe got his stick up a little high on the Green Wave defender, and I think that's what landed him in the box.
You used 2 very good descriptive words, proactive and altercation. That's what it was. But it stays 2-1, and they are still working on administering the penalties here as the 2 captains listen in, and that gives us a chance to remind you that in our society, winning has come to mean everything. If winning comes at the expense of good sportsmanship, everyone loses. Nothing is gained in the long run. Good sportsmanship is the result of a disciplined effort to respect yourself, your opponents, contest officials, and remember, good sports are winners no matter the score. Brought to you by the Minnesota State High School League. Well, there's a 5-minute going up against Moorhead. And also game expulsion then for Carson Triggs. And he'll head off to the far side. And now this game is becoming a little more heated than what we normally expect. On a hard-hitting game as we do expect, words are being exchanged from the benches as well. Players and coaches have gotten involved.
Yeah, it's hit the boiling point early here with some net front altercations. We'll see where this goes. I think the officials are doing a nice job of trying to get it under control here with the penalty that's been called. I would say, just from my vantage point, it's a bit unfair as the Green Wave started an altercation. We get coincidental minor penalties called. When the Spuds start an altercation, we get a 5-minute major and a game ejection, and that does not seem to be fitting for what has taken place, but the officials are trying to get control of that type of situation early on.
With the visit now with Tony Kunka and John Ammerman listening in. Another Moorhead player will head to the near side, and Jonas Spicer checks in. And play comes down now, 3:37 to go. Here is the penalty announcements.
A 5-minute major for cross-checking and a game misconduct. Penalty time will be served by number 7, Jonas Spicer. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 22 seconds of the first period.
So Jonas Spicer will serve the time from Carson Triggs as he has been excused here tonight. 3:12 now showing Moorhead with a 2-1 lead. Here's a shot on the backside and save for Kunka. They'll line it up and try again with the shot, this time into traffic. And it bounces out to the point where Logan Spencer has it. Brought it up on top. The walk in by Spencer. Shot blocked away. Rebound nearly went in but kicked away. East Grand Forks continues to put on their assault. Down low, and there's a shot lifted up high. And with that, it stops play. 2:47 now showing. 2-1 Moorhead leading. Luke Grammer is checking back in. A.J. Klofstad also back on, as those coincidental minors have expired.
A nice start to the Green Wave power play for them with great control and many good looks at the net.
And 5 minutes will be served regardless of what happens. And so with that play, it comes all the way down. On the turnaround, it is Cooper Holm. Sending it rink wide and played off the wall, dished into the corner, spun back down near side, pulled in by Carson Schlenk, and out to the near point. Lining it up from there, Brandon Anderson steers it down low, played back up, and here's a quick wrister sent down low, gathered in, blocked away, scrambled after, and Will Kunka is all over it, puts the glove on top to hold it in play, and still a little bit of extra holding and hanging on right in front of the goal. Under control now with 2:16 to go. Play will come to the near left side of Will Kunka. With the play down, it comes to the near wall. And up on top, high in the slot, Trey Osmus had it poked off. And from the far side, they play from there. Corner, back out to the wing. Now rink wide, winding it up, trying to find a spot. Can't. Good defensive maneuvering on the near side by Wyatt Gunkel. And play continues to the corner. Now up on top, sent off far side. A hard shot sent down low. Pulled off the wall by Mason Poolman. And to the far side, 1:47 to go in the period. Moorhead with a 2-1 lead, working it to the far side. Circling out of the corner, Mason Poolman. Looking from there as they try to set up an opening. Here's a shot from up on top by Jackson Panzer, and it's deflected. It comes all the way down. Played off to the near side by Austin Cooley, and East Grand Forks will line it up now with 1:24 to go in the period as they cross over and bring it in. Dished back out to the point. Logan Spencer brings the near side wind up on a shot on a one-timer by Trey Osman, deflecting off and from the far wall played in. And it's returned to Osmus on the near side. Osmus tracks it down and sends it to the far side, and Lyers the walk in on a shot blocked, looking for the rebound. Play continues on. Will Kunka did not realize it had fully escaped and was still in play. Now does. As the play comes to the near side for East Grand Forks, Trey Osmond's shot blocked up and away. No, that would have been a nifty goal had it gone in. Looking for the pass and the deflection, and instead it went high, and the Spuds are able to clear the zone. This one comes all the way down, and it comes right on goal where Austin Cooley plays it back out with 31 seconds to go. Now the rush to the far side, deep into the corner. Scrambling after fourth, there it is, picked up, brought back in by Josh Nelson. Near side, here's the look, 20 seconds to go. Up on top, they wait and look, deep into the near corner, 15 seconds to go. And on the near point, Josh Nelson then sends it rink wide from there. Trey Osmus, who has changed sides. His shot came in, got blocked, still in play. Now it escapes, and out to Osmus, comes near side. Here's Nelson shooting up high and away as the horn sounds. So very exciting first period of play with lots of activity. Some called for, some not. And after one period of play, on the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's Moorhead 2 and East Grand Forks 1. From East Grand Forks, high school hockey finds the Spuds after trailing 1-0, coming back with unanswered goals to lead it now 2-1. But that first period, Rob, was not without its certain level of excitement.
Yeah, it really did ratchet up quickly, and it appears as though East Grand Forks is very consciously trying to take the game to a different level physically, especially in the hard areas in front of the net, which you would expect. And what the Spuds are going to have to look out for is East Grand Forks has been afforded the ability to instigate those altercations, and the Spuds are being penalized for participating right now. And so I'm not sure how that's going to go, but right now it's advantage East Grand Forks in front of the net.
Moorhead has lost a player to game disqualification as Carson Triggs got involved with the East Grand Forks goal, Austin Cooley, and all of that took place there resulted in a 5-minute misconduct and game disqualification. So he is out for tonight, and this time is being served by Jonas Spicer. The Spuds so far have been able to play, even though most of the time has been in the defensive end for Moorhead. They've been able to keep the puck away. Still a minute 23 left on that 5-minute penalty.
That's right. It's an unfortunate loss for the Spuds with Carson Triggs really starting to come into his own and impact play in a positive way, but that's what we're left with. And the Green Wave on their power play were able to generate some strong chances. You've got Will Kunka keeping his poise, tracking the puck and stopping those chances when he needs to. And the Spuds also responding and killing that penalty very effectively to this point so far. With 1:23 remaining, the Green Wave still have a chance to connect and score on that and continue on. As you mentioned, with the 5-minute major, it will not come off the board.
Moorhead with 6 shots on goal. Austin Cooley 4 saves. East Grand Forks with 9 shots on goal. Will Kunka with 8 saves. We've got a news break coming your way next as you listen to the Spuds on 970 WDAY after 1 period of play. On the Speakeasy scoreboard, Moorhead 2, East Grand Forks 1.
Brady's Service Center is your hometown service center that has been trusted by this community for over 26 years. Whether it's an oil change, a new set of tires, or major mechanical repairs, we give you straight answers on what you need to do to get the job done without all the sales talk and upselling. We are a family-owned business.
Hey Larry, do you want the usual 2 minutes news,
yes,
2 minutes weather? Okay, sounds good.
Brady's Service Center. Brady's Service Center, just off I-94 and 8th Street South in Moorhead. Call 233-5740.
One stop is all you
Here we go. Start of the second period brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Green Wave will go right to left. They still have 1:19 now showing on their power play as they work it up along the near wall and in with a long pass all the way to the far corner. McCoy Gregoire steering it back out and into play, picked up by Carter Johnson. He's at the blue line. Carter Johnson maneuvering his way down low. He tried a backhand centering pass, and there was nobody there, and so it came all the way back to the near wall. They taken up now by east side, and as it comes along the near side, they go from corner to point, and now it's at the point. Here's a look up high on the slot. Logan Spencer steers it back now near side, and from there played back out on top, sent down low, deep into the near corner. Mason Pullman works it off rink wide. From there, they have it down low and into the corner. Backhanded out far side. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Here's the walk and the shot, blocked and away. Deflected, out it comes and kept in nicely right at the point. Now loose to the far side. 16 seconds left on the Moorhead penalty. East side looking for a chance to open up a wide and high percentage shot, but it comes away up on top, looking in, and they continue to pass it around the Spud defense. There's a pass that went wide all the way to the corner. Moorhead has worked off the 5-minute penalty and back now at full strength. And play continues. We are just underway in the second period. It is 2-1 Moorhead. Here's a play down low, and we're all tied up. As the play continued to work around, it ended up with a walk-in on goal, and Eastside has come out strong to start the second period, and we're tied at 2.
Well, unfortunately for the Spuds, they did a wonderful job of killing off the entire 5-minute penalty, and as it expires and play continues, they lose track of one of the Green Wave's most prolific scorers down below the goal line, who's able to walk it out and sneak it in.
And we're tied up as it comes now to the near side. We'll wait for the scoring announcement here in a moment. Here it comes. Here it is. Landon Parker getting the game-tying goal. And Pullman getting the assist. And it's now tied up at 2. To the near side and out of the corner, played up along the wall. East side has had domination here early on, keeping it in high in the slot. It rolls in on goal, and Kunka there to cover up. And you had to know that Scott Koberinski in the locker room was telling his players to come out with a fast step and a fast pace.
Well, they really wanted to take advantage of that 5-minute major penalty and get at least a goal out of it. The desired effect occurred, even though they didn't get the power play goal. They got it as the power play expired and knotted the game up.
2-2. Play is in the zone for Moorhead as they try to chase it off to the far side. It's popped onto the rail and then rolls down onto the ice and played from there. Scramble for it there in the scrum, and it's out to the far point. Wind up from there, sent into traffic, bounced away behind the net. Play back to the near corner. As they scramble for it there, it's loose for a moment. Played back into the corner. Scrum continues as they poke and try to stab it loose, and it comes out on the near side. Here's the walk up now by Michael Overbull. And on the near side, it's dropped back, and the shot sent in by Jonas Spicer all the way rink wide. And it rolls back now to the near side. Early moments, second period. Jonas Spicer tried to walk his way in. It's pulled in by Kai Holm, who backhanded one wide. And play continues now in the corner. Sent behind the net and off to the far side. They go hard into the boards there before it's pulled away by East Grand Forks. It's 1-on-2 as Jackson Panzer walks his way in, and he musters a shot in on goal, but the save made by Kunka. We're still tied at 2. Eastside has come up with 11 shots on goal, out shooting Moorhead 11-6 to this point.
A nice shift by Moorhead's third line there, getting some pressure and a couple of walkouts to the front of the net. Not quite able to convert, but a good shift nonetheless.
Off to the far corner, spun behind the net, rolling it all the way back near side. And along the wall, a big collision there, and it works its way loose. Spuds pick it up. As they turn it in, it is tipped away from Caden Triggs, and it's pulled loose by Landon Parker of East Grand Forks, who brings it back all the way near side for Mason Pullman. Pullman walks his way, and that one is tipped away by Kunka. Played back down near side, 2-2 we play here in the second. Up high at the point, and a long pass rink wide. All the way to the far corner, pulled off the wall by Mason Pullman, and it's out against the wall, scrambling forward. Caden Triggs had a moment, and it's pulled away from him. The Spuds have it now. Here's Grammer. Stick handling his way, loose. Off to the far side, brought in. Tish down low, backhand, shot and a goal! Well, Caden Triggs on the far side fed it up on top, and the Spuds had a host of players ready and willing to look for the puck, and it's tipped in for the go-ahead goal.
We're going to walk this one all the way up the ice, Larry. Nice play by Carter Johnson to win a puck and find Luke Grammer across the ice, who uses a really good bit of deception as he enters the neutral zone to free up Caden Triggs. Snaps the pass across. Triggs enters his zone, finds a streaking Cullen Jess, and Luke Grammer, following it up, is able to bang it home.
Luke Grammer is given credit for the goal, his 6th and 4th straight game with a goal. And so assists will be handed to Caden Triggs, his 2nd point tonight, and Cullen Jess, his 2nd assist tonight. And Moorhead regains the lead at 3-2. Off to the far side. Moorhead working it out of the zone, up and all the way ahead, and brought in a hard battle for the loose puck, and it escapes now briefly. Sent up and ahead. All the way down it goes where Wyatt Gunkel pulls up short and brings it back near side for Lucas Fear. Ahead for Max Dronen. Down deep into the corner, Spuds changing up. Here comes east side on the near side. Pulled off the wall, deflected away. Moorhead goes in for it. Jackson Panzer continues to control and brings it in with a hard pass that was all the way to the far corner before kicking out of the corner and out to center. The return in, off to the side, played behind the net by Kunka. Moorhead to track it down. From there, the look up ice and a spin around by Grant Frisch before bringing it near side. Here's the outlet pass, and the Spuds come up with a long pass rink wide and in. Tried to drop it back, but a good defensive play by A.J. Klofstad prevented the soft touch, and play continues down below. 11:29 to go as the Spuds walk their way, and from behind it is sent in by Johnny Franklin going behind the net, where it's caught up and held. Stopping play, 3-2 Moorhead with 11:25 to go in the second.
A good response from the Spuds after giving up that early goal in the second period. A nice bit of work from Kai Holm that shift, creating some things in the offensive zone for the Spuds and trying to walk one to the front of the net.
Up on top now, Wyatt Gunkel sending that one in. Rebound against the base of the net. Caden Triggs had that shot turned away, and it comes all the way out to center. As they battle for it at the blue line. It's pulled loose and sent back out, then turned around. Sent rink wide all the way to the far corner. McCoy Gregoire tracking it down for Moorhead and sends it out to center ice. And from there it's brought in Carter Johnson. He's got a step on the play and it's tipped away. Wyatt Gunkel turned quickly. And Cooley was just able to get in position to knock it down and away. Off to the far side, Spuds pull it loose. Deflected off to the far side. He keeps his skates, somehow keeps his skates. As Caden Triggs carries it towards the back of the net and then drops it back for Carter Johnson. And he's pounded hard in the boards by Trey Osmus. Running around to the far side. It goes bouncing off the wall. Spuds walk their way in, have it poked away, picked up by Cooper Holm of East Grand Forks. He sends it up ice, and as it crosses the end line, brings the icing call, stopping play with 10:15 to go. We're in the second period. Moorhead with a 3-2 lead.
Well, moments ago we had a sneaky little shot from Wyatt Gunkel as it popped out to him on the right point, and he snaps a quick shot, and an unsuspecting Cooley caught him by surprise, and it almost got through him to get the fourth for the Spuds, but not quite.
And play gets underway now on the near side. Along the wall, reversed behind the net. Brandon Anderson picking it up for East Grand Forks and sending it out, putting it on the stick of Brody Schultz, who sends it back now to the near side, pulled off the wall. Taken back by East Grand Forks. A bouncing puck now gathered in by Max Dronen of Moorhead. It's pulled away from him. Shot goes in, turned away by McCoy Gregoire in traffic. And it bounces down where Luke Grammer has it. and he's pushed off the play. Work goes off to the far side. Moorhead trying to stick handle their way out of trouble, and McCoy Gregoire now has to return to play and brings it near side for Grammer. On the outlet pass, it is deflected. Recovered, but a hard pass, didn't have much on it. It almost fanned and missed on that play, and it's in and out of the zone. Moorhead behind now to pick it up. Here's the turn on the look-up ice. Near side, Lucas Fear brings it all the way in. He walks his way in, shot. There's nobody behind me. They're on the line change, and the rebound bounces all the way to the far side. Collision there puts Kai Holm down. He spent a lot of time on the ice, not on his skates, but on the ice here tonight. As they walk up, a bouncing puck comes loose now, and play continues. Here comes Kai Holm. He walks his way in. He winds up the shoot, and it bounces off to the far side. Jonas Spicer gave chase for just a moment before it's brought back. Kai Holm watches it sail out of the zone. It comes all the way back up, and from there played by Cade Moylanen. Out of the near side, off the near wall, it's sent back into traffic where the Spuds play it back into the corner. 8:35 remaining. Second period of play. We're halfway through the hockey game, and Moorhead leads at 3-2. To the far side, picked up by Jonas Spicer. Works his way out to center where it's grabbed away. Mason Pullman picks it up and brings it in. He goes down, recovers, sends it out to the point. Wind up from there, shot blocked, rebound turnaround, shot blocked. Rebound comes out and now goes rink wide. Off to the far side, the Spuds are able to pull it away and send it all the way up. And there comes an elbowing call. And I think this one on east side will put Moorhead into the power play here with 8:02 to go. Elbowing the call on A.J. Klofstedt, and the Spuds have the extra skater.
Well, clearly Klofstedt's game is to be a physical presence out there for the Green Wave, and sometimes that can catch up to you, as the official didn't like how his arms had come up on that hit, which looked like a pretty on-time, relatively clean hit, but his arms got a little high for the ref's liking.
3-2 Moorhead now on the power play. Out to the far side. Deep in the corner. Behind the net, centering pass. Blocked away and sent out of the zone. Moorhead will go down ice and pick it up there. Brought back now near side. Here's the look. Cullen Jess poking it back near side before it's returned. Grammer has it. Carter Johnson gives it back to Grammer. He stick handles and weaves his way into the zone, dropping it up on top. Here's Caden. Shot and a goal! Oh, Caden Triggs, a quick wrister right high in the slot of the Spuds, now lead at 4-2.
A really nice bit of patience coming up the ice from the Spuds power play unit as Carter Johnson and Luke Grammer play a little give and go, buy some time. A nifty little move through the neutral zone by Luke Grammer, and he delays as he crosses the line and finds Caden Triggs in the high slot. And that is a big time, big league snapshot over the glove of Cooley by Caden Triggs.
So that front line once again, it's Caden Triggs with the goal, Carter Johnson with the assist, and then Luke Grammer assisting. And for Grammer, his second point tonight, 14th assist of the year, and it's a power play goal for Moorhead. Jumping now to a 4-2 advantage. Play behind the net. Moorhead turning, looking it, backhanding it near side White. Gunko feeds it ahead. Here's a rink wide. Gathered in. Here's the walk in by Grant Fish off to the far side. From there, shot sent in, blocked in traffic. From behind the net, it's worked back now near side. Up on top, another backhand shot looking for the goal. It's loose. Scrambled for. It escapes the glove. And once again, there's some exception to the way the tightness of play around the goal mouth. But quickly, everybody stops and regroups and refreshes, and we'll go to the face-off circle.
Nothing out of bounds there, as you would expect with a loose puck. The Spuds attack it, attack the crease, try to get the loose puck into the net. And also, as you'd expect, the Green Wave take exception and try to clear bodies.
4-2 Moorhead. As the puck goes down, it's drawn up on top for Grammer. He turns from there, shoots, and it's blocked. Nearly had an opening on the backside of the play. It comes into the zone once again, and here comes East Grand Forks. Through the zone and down all the way to the far corner where Grammer is there to pick it up and bring it now to the near side. And out it goes rink wide. Bouncing it ahead. Scrambling, scrambling in for it. Michael Overbowl down deep into the corner, gives it away. Here's Max Dronin. He works it up on top, and before play goes any farther, hooking was called right in the crease. And Moorhead has got caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and it'll cost a couple of minutes.
A lot of activity in front of the Green Wave net and Cooley, and somewhere amid that kerfuffle, the ref apparently saw Michael Overbowl hook somebody, and he's going to sit for 2 minutes for that.
5:59 now showing. Now the Green Wave on the power play. Off to the far point, walking his way in, quick release, hauled off the ice by Will Kunka.
Well, a quick shot for the Green Wave to start their power play, but Will Kunka up on top of his crease tracked that one all the way and was able to easily gobble it up.
Off to the far side now, Carter Johnson, and the draw for Moorhead standing in against Landon Parker. East Grand Forks to pull it loose, standing in the corner, waiting and setting up their play. One-timer up on top, no, pulls it down and passes off. There's a one-timer off the backside. That bounces over the goal mouth and behind the net. Played into the far corner, and East Grand Forks sets it up once again. Walking his way in, here's a wind-up and a shot that bounces clear all the way out to the near side and then out of the zone. Tracked down now by Trey Osmus. He goes rink wide with it. Osmus pass goes into the zone, chased down by Wyatt Gunkel of Moorhead. And from there, sent out of the zone, and that one will clear all the way up.
Really nice job in the neutral zone by the Spuds Killers as Cullen Jess baited the Green Wave defenseman into going to where he wanted him and then trapped him and forced the clear.
5 minutes to go in the second period. Moorhead has grabbed the lead now at 4-2 as East Grand Forks works the power play. Off the far right side, Landon Parker still looking for a way of working it in towards goal. He sets up. Moorhead's letting him work his way around there. Finally, he releases a pass that bounces behind the net, and it comes back to Parker. Looking off to the far side, he walks his way in once again. Down low it goes. As they set up, 28 seconds to go on the Moorhead penalty, and it's off to the far side. Moorhead tried to clear the zone, and it bounced, did not clear, didn't go more than about 6 feet, and a quick turnaround try, and the glove save for Will Kunka.
Well, a fortuitous bounce there for Mason Poolman as a Spud clearing attempt hit the back of somebody, got right onto his stick. He wheeled and fired, but again, Will Kunka very poised out on his crease right there to make the save.
Up on top, a wind up and a blast. Rolls near side. The East Grand Forks fans thought that one had a chance to go in. And play continues, and that one had a chance, but it got deflected up into the far corner. Play there then by Cooper Holm. Out to the point, gathered in by Brandon Anderson. Comes up on top. Moorhead has worked off the penalty. Overbow is back on the ice, and it's 5-on-5. Down low. Bounced up against the boards. The Spuds corral it. Carter Johnson feeds it off to the far side for Grammer, who turns it up ice, and now the play comes to the line and in. Here's the drop pass by Luke Millen. The return down low just behind him, and it's played back to the near side on the touch. Working it along the wall. It escapes, but to the corner where it's played now by Cullen Jess. Poking it into the corner. 3:24 to go in the period. And a scramble for it there, pulled in by Carter Johnson. Centering pass, got tapped in towards goal, deflected up. Grammer there to pick it up. He turns, he looks, he slides his way to the top of the slot. Near side from there, down deep into the corner for Wyatt Gunkel. And play goes behind the net. Then pulled in by Caden Triggs, poked away from him. Rolled his way up ice. That will result in icing and stop play. We're just inside of the 3-minute mark. Spuds leading it 4-2.
Well, when the Spuds get their top unit out there, wheeling around, they are tough to contain, and the Green Green Wave are having a difficult time getting them under wraps and are forced to ice a puck here as the game wears on. That could continue to be the case.
Jonas Spicer on the faceoff from Moorhead draws it to the corner, and his play develops there. Another penalty.
Well, as the puck was dropped, there was a little bit of a confrontation for the puck as the wing and the D moved in, and as Kai Holm went to win the puck and reach for it, the D-man, I believe it was Osmus, slashed the stick right out of his hands, and it's forcing the official to make that call.
Well, the puck went down, but now they'll redo it. 2-minute minor. East Grand Forks. Spuds on the power play. It was Logan Spencer. Slashing is the call. Moorhead as the extra skater. Good approach into the zone. Short-handed by East Grand Forks before it's pulled away. Spuds return up ice and on the near side all the way in. Michael Overbo had it poked away, and it's returned up ice by East Grand Forks. 2.5 minutes now showing. Near side. Here's the look along the boards and a walk up and in by Lucas Fear. And once again, good poke check away by East Grand Forks to turn it around. Rolling it down behind the net, it comes to Wyatt Gunkel. He sends it all the way rink wide. Here's a long pass out to center, bounced off the stick of Michael Overbo. And play has stopped here with 2:06 to go. The puck has been lifted out of play.
As East Grand Forks did a very nice job to start that penalty kill. One of their players clearing the puck, shot it up into the Spuds box, and I would say that East Grand Forks did not want that stoppage of play, as they were doing a very good job of bottling up the Spuds power play and could have killed a bit more time.
On the glove side of Austin Cooley. Drawn out to center where it's picked up by Cade. It was picked up by Cade Moylan before it got tapped away. Now in heavy pursuit along the far side, Landon Parker. He carries it down deep, poked away nicely there. Another penalty. And this one will be against Moorhead as Luke Grammer picked it up.
Well, this top penalty killing unit for the Green Wave of Landon Parker and Jackson Panzer did a wonderful job through the first half, maybe first 30 to 40 seconds of the penalty kill. They've got put back out on the whistle and draw a penalty. Really a fantastic job by those two of not only killing a penalty, but evening up at 4-on-4 and getting the momentum back on the Green Wave side.
1:45 now showing in the second as it's drawn off to the far wall. And now a quick look in. Here's a windup and a shot blocked away by Kunka. Moylan for hooking, and the Spuds now on the return up. We're skating 4-4 at the moment. It escaped the zone and comes back out wide. Kunkel trailing the play in. Offside the call, and we'll redrop it. 1:28 now showing in the period. Face-off will be near side, just outside the east side zone. Circling around, Carter Johnson ready, and he settles in. Draws it to the near side. Pounded up against the wall, it escapes, and it's sent rink wide where it's gathered in by Tanner Lubinsky. He goes out to the far side before spinning it around all the way back near side and off the wall. Keeping it in the zone, it comes rolling in on Kunka, turning it away. Spud stick handle their way out. Here comes Luke Grammer. Luke Grammer to the blue line and in. Luke Grammer carries it. Then backhanded one, and it ends up being blocked rink wide. 1 minute to go in the period. We've got a breakaway now. Here comes Cooper Holm. Winding up. Shot is blocked away. Johnson picking up the loose puck. Carter Johnson now out at center. It's 1-on-1. Stick handling his way loose. He is sandwiched off the play. He chases it down deep in the corner. 39 seconds to go, and here comes East Grand Forks. Out to the far side and in. Tipped back, and it's recovered for a moment. Played now by Max Dronen, and it comes near side. Dronen on the return sends it in deep, and he'll chase with 23 seconds to go. He goes behind the net, and play comes back to Caden Triggs. Dronen picks it up. Stick handles his way. Down low to the corner. Shot, a bad angle shot. Deflected off to the far side. And from there it's brought back up. East Grand Forks on the power play now. As they walk their way in, there's a shot block. And that recovered. There's the rebound and score I'm not sure that it will count. The net had come off its pegs. We'll see if it counts. As they watch and wait for Will Kunka to be pulled up off his backside, the net has clearly been pushed off the net, or off the pegs rather. Now whether they'll decide if it was before or after the shot went in.
Well, the Green Wave continued their aggressive play in the front of both nets, and right there an oncoming attacker decided it was the best thing to do to run Will Kunka and the net off its moorings, and unfortunately for the Green Wave, that happened right before an oncoming attacker was able to shoot the puck into the empty net, and that net was off before the puck went in. And we can hope that Will Kunka is just shaken up.
If we had replay opportunities, we could tell.
Well, I wonder if we've got a technician that could possibly do something for us like that.
I would think there's somebody in here somewhere that would be able to help us out on that. But, well, Will Kunka still being tended to. He really hasn't moved. He's been sitting, but he hasn't moved, and now being helped up onto his skates. He will have to decide, and with help from his coach, he's coming off. That's the call, incidental contact with the goaltender. Didn't say anything about the net coming away. So it stays 4-2. Kunka has come to side ice, and he'll be replaced by Hudson Hodges, getting some unexpected playing time here tonight.
Well, a nice job. One of the toughest things to do as a goaltender is stand in there as there's traffic coming at you at high speed, and Will Kunka is able to do that, stand in there. I think incidental contact is a loose term used here tonight, because I don't think there was anything incidental about that contact with the goalie.
As that puck goes down, the horn sounds, and that's the end of the second period. We'll be back with a wrap-up of this second period of play when we return. Our score on the Speakeasy: Scoreboard Moorhead 4, East Grand Forks 2. From East Grand Forks, 2 periods in the book, and it's 4-2 Moorhead. Sam Walsted joins us. We're going to talk about this game, but first of all, your team had a nice comeback victory tonight after trailing 3-1.
Yeah, we showed some resilience. It was tough, bus legs. I don't know if that's an excuse. We just weren't coming after it right away, and we knew that we had to go, and we went. So we had a shorthanded goal, 2 power play goals, and then I think we just kind of put the foot down. We had it kind of enough, and we went after it.
5 unanswered goals by the Spuds, getting a 6-3 win, and got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, it was a very good finish, and that's it's a good thing to draw up on. You can work from that, and I was proud with the third period. The first 2 we can wash those away because we did our job in the third and we scored enough, so that's all that matters.
We got a real battle going on here in the varsity contest. It's 4-2 Moorhead, but almost more than the scoring that has gone on has been the other part of the game that is getting played.
Yeah, it's been kind of ugly here. It's both teams are kind of getting after. It's one of those things, and unfortunately, there's been some things that have happened, but you can't point fingers. You can't blame. It's just one of those things. You just have to play hockey. We still have a period left to go.
When you notice, and sometimes it is fairly obvious, when you notice a player, and let's take a player of your own, because we're not going to talk about team players from another team. But team players on your own team, they start getting chippy, or they start getting maybe visiting a little bit more aggressively than normal. What do you do?
It's just something you can just talk to them. You just have to be candid, be open with them, and just let them know what's going on. We just can't have it. We don't teach our kids to be like that. We try to have them be athletes and students first, and have them be We want to have them play with an edge, but there is a point to where you can get to, and that's where we want to be. We want to be on that edge, but we don't want to go over it.
Oftentimes when a game is a physical game, some of these edges kind of sharpen up.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to get in. They're throwing everywhere in the book out on the ice. You can hear it from the bench. That's just kind of what they're doing. They're trying to get us off our game, but as you can see, it's 4-2 on the board. We're doing okay. That honestly wasn't a bad period other than the first little incident in the first, and that little bit at the end of the second. We put 2 together, and it's 4-2.
Well, as we take a look at the scoring, there have been some special plays that have resulted in points.
The power play goals, and it's awesome to see Caden Triggs having as much success as he is. A good zone entry with Jess and Grammer, and find Triggs, and he just puts it upstairs. And he had that goal in the first, Mike Overbo's goal in the first, where Jonas wins a face-off, and he doesn't stick handle what Mike does, and he just throws the puck right on net. It's in the net. It's been good to see. It's been good to see the work pay off.
Will Kunka certainly has earned his time and his turn in goal.
Yeah, it's one of those things that he's been battling for us in the JV level. He's had a lot of saves, and he's been doing well. He's our future. When Hudson's gone, it sucks that he's out, but we still got a good kid coming in tonight with Hudson Hodges once he has to play this third, and we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, it sure looked like he took a pretty good hit. Yeah, he really didn't want to move for very long.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that that's what happened when the net comes off on the other end. They don't blow it. They come down and ram the goalie and knock our guy into the post, and unfortunately he has to leave. It's something we'll probably have to talk about as a coaching staff, and it's something that shouldn't happen, but it does, and now we just have to, you move on. We just have to play 17 minutes and get out of here.
How do you settle things down now for the third?
I think we got a good core group of guys. You just keep putting the puck in the net. That'll do enough.
And with that, the Spuds are getting ready for the third period. Our thanks to Sam Walsted for being with us tonight from East Grand Forks. Junior varsity got a 6-3 win earlier tonight. We're at the second intermission. As we take this break on the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's Moorhead 4 and East Grand Forks 2.
why many area families have depended on Corsmo Funeral Service in their time of need. Offering a complete range of funeral and cremation choices, Corsmo Funeral Service, serving when the need is greatest. On the web at corsmofuneralservice.com.
Well, we get ready for the third period. Moorhead with a 4-2 lead. And they will attack right to left. And with the injury to Will Kunka, Hudson Hodges taking over right at the end of the second period will stay in goal here in the third period for the Spuds. It comes out to center now after the opening faceoff, and it's played along the near wall. And it's dished ahead and along the near side, taken back. The Spuds are back at full strength now as they worked off the penalty. To the far side, Josh Nelson brings it in for East Grand Forks, and it's brought to the near corner before it's lifted up and sent away. Off the far side, Cullen just backhands it off the wall and deflected out near the point, kept in, but then it's picked up by Jess and he brings it out. Cullen just to the line and in. Swept away then by Josh Nelson and back out near side. To the blue line, it's walked in by Landon Parker. Down deep in the near corner, off to the far side, it rolls around and the Spuds chase it out to center and they come in at 2-on-2, dropping it back. Here's a perfect touchdown low. Here's a shot and a rebound kicked away. Greatly defended defensively and goaltender-wise, and it stays 4-2. Off to the far side, play continues out to center. Tapped away and up against the boards right in front of the East Grand Forks bench, and it's deflected down and all the way down, and play will come there. Just underway in the third at 4-2 Moorhead. Loose to the far side, the Spuds send it out. And along the wall, it's brought out. Here's Max Dronen to the blue line. Had it pulled away, and it's deflected and back onto the ice. Scraping in after it, it's deflected down. The Spuds will have to recover on the play, but it's dished ahead by Cole Avery and sent all the way down by East Grand Forks. Back to the near side now. Avery along the near wall gives it away, and it's Mason Poolman who rifles that one in, and a glove save made then by Hudson Hodges.
Nice play by Hudson Hodges as they spun quickly to fire one to the net. And he's able to redirect that low shot with his stick right into his glove to make sure he can hang on and get a whistle.
East Grand Forks has outshot Moorhead 19-16, but Moorhead on their special teams with the lead at 4-2. Here's a long shot, wide of net, played off far side. And it works up into the slot before being poked away. Along the near wall, it's dished up. Offside waved off as the return comes to Max Dronen to the near side and in. Walking his way loose, the play there by Michael Overbo. Here's the rebound up on top and a shot and a goal. Moorhead now has made this a 3-goal contest with that counter coming early here in the third.
Well, this has happened a couple of times that have led to some of the skirmishes where Cooley has had a difficult time hanging onto the puck or getting a hold of it when it's laying on the ice, and the official spotted it loose, and most of the players on the ice had stopped playing, but Max Dronen kept digging for it, poked it free, and Mike Overbo came around and poked it in the empty net.
So for Overbo, that's his second goal tonight. And his 10th of the season, Michael Overbo. We'll get the scoring announcement on the assists here in just a moment. We have heard John Ammerman talk a lot over the course of this season to this point about getting scoring from that secondary line. And the Spuds have come up with 2 from Overbo tonight. Here it is. Grant Frisch getting the assist. And for Frisch, his second point of the season, coming on his second goal, or a second assist. And it's 5-2. Spuds have put up a crooked number here on the Green Wave on this Tuesday night. Off the far wall. One thing that, as a fan, Rob, I was thinking about taking a look and see how this game would turn out, keeping an eye on what East Grand Forks did with crosstown rival Grand Forks Central. 2 one-goal games, breaking a long win streak at 3-2, and then losing a 1-0 game to Grand Forks Central, giving an idea of relative strength, I think, in the Red River Valley.
Well, Grand Forks Central has had one of the best programs around for a number of years, as you mentioned, And it shows the strength of the East Grand program to get into some really tight games with them and knock them off. And again, here the Spuds and how they're playing against East Grand is very indicative of strong play up and down the valley.
5-2, Moorhead has grabbed the lead. Moorhead again is skating shorthanded now with a tripping penalty on goaltender Hudson Hodges. Johnny Franklin will serve the time. To the far side, it's high up in the slot. Turning it around, it comes high, and Logan Spencer still stick handling. Drops it now on the near wing. Here's the walk-in and goal and a shot and a score. Everybody was watching the play develop, and all of a sudden Green Wave turned it up a notch and whisked one in, and it's 5-3.
Green Wave have had an effective power play all night, getting really strong puck movement, good patience with the puck to get the looks that they want. And right there, they were able to find Jackson Panzer right in a great scoring area, and he buries the biscuit low underneath Hodges' glove.
So it's a 5-3 game, and here's the scoring announcement. Jackson Panzer getting the power play goal. Pullman and Parker each assisting. Now they come back with another one. There's a shot that just missed. It was a wide open goal mouth, but somehow the shot caught some wood and trickled away. 5-3 now on the near side. It comes out on top. Spuds pull it off the boards and head up. It's tipped away, then recovered, and the bring back in by Landon Parker. He comes down to the near side, dishing it ahead for Josh Nelson. Works it behind the net. McCoy Gregoire had it, and it's brought back to the near corner and off the wall. They play on as they scramble in for it. 12:38 to go in the period. It's become a 5-3 two-goal hockey game. Spuds with the lead. Off to the far side. Tapped away and recovered there by Moorhead. Circling around, trying to set up some room, and here's the advance. Pass comes near side, but thrown behind Caden Triggs, and it comes near side, bouncing up into the air. Lucas Fear had a chance at it, tipped away from him. Now Gregoire. It goes rink wide with it, and Grammer tracks it down before turning it around off on the far wing, and it got away from Fear. And with skaters still in the zone, they are a little bit hesitant and end up throwing the pass away, and the Spuds pull it back and head up. Here's Luke Grammer. He walks his way into the near corner. He goes down low. From there, battled for, scrambling after it. Tied up for a moment, then back in. Grammer taking a whack at it. It comes loose once again. It pops up into the air, and it comes free for a moment. Then Grammer again figures in. He turns and shoots. Bounces off the wall behind the net and off to the far corner. From there, picked up by Trey Osmus. He turns it up ice and drops it back, and here's the bring in by Logan Spencer. Off to the near side, it's set in deep. East Grand Forks on the change. To the far side looking, it's sent out on the far right wing. And play comes near side. Scrapping after it, it goes all the way down. Picked up there by A.J. Klofstad. To the near side. And up against, it's returned and sent all the way to the far side. Off the wall, out near the point, deflected up in the air. Green Wave chasing it down, getting a stick on it. Garrett Beauchamp, but only for a moment. And it comes out to center. And here's the play. The Spuds double team on the play and poke it free. Nice poke check in there by Cade Moylanen. Goes behind the net, wide Gunkel. Here's the return, and the shot blocked in, and just in time, Hudson Hodges got over and protected the post and keeps the game at 5-3.
Well, as Hodges slid across the crease from his left to right, anticipating the puck to go across, it was reversed by a Spuds defenseman onto the stick of the very dangerous Landon Parker, who had a gaping net but wasn't quite able to get out there to sneak it in before Hodges got back.
10:40 now showing. I got a strange feeling that this has got a long ways to go before we know the outcome of this one. Even though it's 5-3 Spuds currently, here comes Moorhead out of the zone, zigzagging his way through. Grammer pulls it down, gets it back, and he drops it backside, and that tap-in try by Triggs blocked away by Cooley. It rolls back out on top and then sent back in. From there, rejected, set all the way down, giving chase. East side on the change. Moorhead turns it around and comes up with a long pass for Caden Triggs. Bounced away from him, and it's picked up by Logan Spencer. To the backside of the play. Mason Pullman had it poked away from behind the net, sent off our side. Gregoire there to pick it up. He works his way out of the zone and gives it for, and pardon me, on the play, Max Dronen sent it in. And play continues back and forth, in and out of the center ice area before Luke Mjoen has it from Moorhead. His return to center ice is poked free in the green wave. Backpedal to pick it up. Along the near side, it's sent ahead. Grant Frisch carries it behind the net. 5-3 the score. Moorhead the lead. Puck along the near wall. Up on top it goes, rink wide and deep into the corner. And from there it's brought back. Moorhead turning to look it up ice. Here's the touch pass ahead. Michael Overbo brings it in. He carries it down to the near corner. Overbo got turned around. Puck comes free. Set up on top. Moorhead keeping it in the zone. Tapped ahead and high in the slot. Deflected down. Goes backside. Walking his way in. And a glove save. Somehow Austin Cooley was able to reach in and grab that floating puck off the ice and keep it safely tucked.
Well, some really good forecheck play by the line of Fear, Overbo, and Dronen created a couple of good chances. A bouncing puck found its way to Lucas Fear in front of the net, but he wasn't quite able to corral it to get the shot off that he wanted.
Off the face-off, Moorhead tosses that one high. Bouncing off the plexiglass, back to the near side. And it comes loose, and now out. East Grand Forks on the attack. On the far side, Brody Schultz brings it in, and that one is sent up and out of play. We'll get a new puck with 8:38 to go.
Some really nice stick integrity by Wyatt Gunkel playing the rush, and as the Green Wave player wound up to snap one towards Hodges, he got his stick in there and was able to redirect it up into the netting.
Spuds have a rare occurrence in their schedule. Now they actually have more than one day between games when they don't play now till Saturday, with an encounter against St. Cloud, and that's a 3 o'clock game at Moorhead Sports Center. Back now to the near side. Lifted up and bouncing puck comes all the way down. Back now to the near side. Scramble for it there. Tied up momentarily. The loose puck rolls ahead. Moylan taking it back from Moorhead. And a battle for possession along the near side. Here's Kai Holm on his way in. Drops it down to the corner. 5-3 Moorhead with the lead. Long pass out. Spuds backpedaling their way, and here comes the advance, and a hard shot attempted by Jackson Panzer. But it slipped away, and the rebound up in front. McCoy Gregoire nearly tapped it in against his own goalie. Here comes Gregoire on the return. Out to center and ahead. Take it away briefly. And from there it goes off rink wide, where Luke Grammer goes into the corner to protect. And he scrambles for it there as he tried to get a stick on it. It kicks loose. Finally, Carter Johnson picking it up. The outlet pass comes back out to center, taken back by East Grand Forks. On the near side now, Logan Spencer with it. He sends it rink wide. Carter Johnson there to pick it up, and Moorhead has their front three skaters moving in. Here's the walk down low, backhand shot blocked away. Great move by goaltender Austin Cooley, anticipating the slide across and kicked it away. Long pass out of the zone will bring up icing to stop the clock with 6:58 to go. Moorhead holding on to a 5-3 lead.
A really exciting element of this game is the quick strike ability on both sides from the top end players. If you snooze for a second out there, that play is turned back down the ice, and some quality scoring chances are being created on the rush in both ways.
Off to the far left side of Austin Cooley. Puck is down and drawn up. Moorhead keeping it in with a save at the point. Dish down deep into the corner. Lucas Fear comes up with it. He dishes it deeper into the corner for Max Dronen, who carries it out into some trouble there before dishing it, and it bounced up and bounced out of play. And so with that, a new puck will be brought to work with 6:38 to go.
This line of Overbo, Dronen, and Fear continues to apply strong pressure, not only keeping pucks in the zone, but maintaining possession of it, and they have a strong possibility of cracking through here if they keep that play up.
Here's Grant Frisch with a long toss in, rebound, sent in, blocked away. And then a stop down by Austin Cooley, putting the glove around it. And the score stays 5-3.
If you ask Max Dronen right now if he'd give up a finger to score a goal, he might do it.
Play onto the near side, and it rolls up and out. That'll bring up icing and bring us all the way back up ice. Tomorrow evening, we've got Cobbers basketball as they have a doubleheader coming your way, with the men starting play at McAllister at 5:15, and the women's game will follow. That's Cobber basketball doubleheader tomorrow night from McAllister right here on 970 WDAY. Play down, out of the corners, sprung back near side, all the way to the near wall and turned around. A battle for it along the wall. It's poked free, dished back down deep. Landon Parker picking it up for East Grand Forks before it's turned up and onto the near side. Again, the Spuds with a good center ice presence before it's tipped away. And a long pass on the return comes all the way down into the near corner. 5:51 remaining. 5-3 Moorhead. Off to the far side, here's a long, hard shot. That one is gloved away. Hudson Hodges coming on in goal to end the second period after the injury to Will Kunka. Staying on here in the third period. And plays with 5:42 remaining. Play off to the far side. Got away along the wall and out to center. Brought back now near side from Logan Spencer, and he turns and sends it in. That bouncing puck goes off all the way down to centering pass attempt. And now the recovery up on top. Shot blocked in and covered up. And again, there is more to the game than around the goal mouth. As the shot went on, Hudson Hodges had made the save. And then again, there was some more little poking and chipping away at each other before the officials step in to stop play. And they're having a visit with Captain Luke Grammer. And one of the, I can't tell if he's the captain.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It looks like the Green Wave are going to get the only penalty out of this. As as you'd expect, again, a oncoming attacker is going to go after a loose puck and try to bang it home. And when the Spuds D took exception, Mason Pullman might have got in the one last shot that the ref didn't like, and they took him off for roughing.
That penalty on Mason Pullman gives Moorhead the man advantage with 5:25 to go and a 5-3 lead. As the puck goes down, it's dropped out near the point. Grammer sends it off to the far side. There's a shot blocked and away. Roughing is the call on Pullman. Play behind the net goes down. Reaching it, it pulls in and sent off to the far side where Grammer has it. He walks his way in, tries to wrap around, he tosses it in, and it's blocked out in front then. Austin Cooley jumps on top of the rebound and keeps it out of the net and keeps the score at 5-3. That brings us down to the 5-minute mark. Play on the near side into the corner. And as they scramble for it, Brandon Anderson works it off. And from the far side, Moorhead out at center ice taking it. Scrambling away, East Grand Forks with it. Now near side, here's the look by Tanner Lubinsky. Tapped it in deep. Grammer going after it. Gets a step on the defense and then drops it back for Carter Johnson. Moorhead on the power play. Pass goes to Caden Triggs, who brings it in, drops it back. Cullen Jess slides it up on top. Here's a turn and a look by Grammer. There's no room to roll. Here's up on top, the shot blocked away. Up on top for Cullen Jess, who sends it to the top of the slot, and Grammer walks his way in. He'll take a spot down below. Carter Johnson's pass attempt got deflected, and play continues on. Off to the far side now and off the wall, dropped into the corner. East Grand Forks coming up with a nice poke check as the play is dished out of the zone now, and Moorhead gathers it in at center. Here's a quick return on the near side for Cullen Jess, who shoots. It's blocked. It's dropped onto the ice. A cover up there, and briefly, and now it comes away. The net had come off its pegs, and so that stops play with 3:51 to go.
Well, nice power play for the Spuds. They got a couple of really strong looks, some good puck patience, puck movement. Unable to crack Cooley on that one. 27 to go, and the Green Wave are hoping to fend off the power play here and not give up another one.
Off to the far left side, it comes out to the point. Brought back now Gregoire. Turns and looks and sends it in. It's blocked away by Cooley. To the far side, played by Max Dronen. And it comes back to Gregoire. He'll try it again from there. It's blocked away. Another nice save. This one shoulder high. Comes back out on top, and it's Gregoire feeding it near side. It got bounced and loose, and now a breakaway out to center, but the Spuds are there. Wyatt Gunkel, quick turnaround, brings it near side. Green Wave back at full strength. They have worked out the penalty. Here comes Moorhead now as the Spuds and Green Wave skate 5-on-5. Deep into the far corner, pushed ahead. Down behind Max Dronen, feeds it up on top. Mishandled it momentarily, forcing a recovery, and played down to the far corner then by Max Dronen. He has it on his stick, it bounces away. Loose there, and finally the Green Wave pull it out and head up with 3 minutes to go. And the play comes into the zone with a long pass. Oh, we got players head over heels, and that was a tumbling act there. And play continues on the rush up ice. Here's Johnny Franklin's shot blocked away. Back to the near side, rolling it behind the net, picked up by Trey Osmus, and he works it out to center where the Spuds are waiting for it. Stick handling his way, Luke Grammer along the near wall and in. Grammer near corner, slides his way down low. He goes around to the backside, tried to send it up on front. Too many people there, and it bounced free all the way to the corner where Caden Triggs now corrals it for Moorhead. He's bothered from behind. Puck is loose now out near the point. Spuds have it there as it's put down onto the ice to play. Looking for that centering pass. Play goes down, and the scramble continues. From behind, here's a look now as we go inside of 2 minutes. This is a very time-consuming offensive trip into the zone for Moorhead as they hold that 2-goal advantage. Here's Cullen Jess, and it's poked away just as he was ready to pull the trigger, and it comes rolling all the way up ice. A quick return right on the stick of Caden Triggs. Brings it to the near side. He protects the play, goes into the corner. Caden Triggs with it along the near wall out near the point, deflected up and popped loose and out to center rink wide. Wyatt Gunkel with it there, sending it in. 1:24 to go. Along the near side, it spins and all the way to the far side. Pass comes out of the zone, and in it came offside. One of the things we talked about previously on comparative teams, to take a look at where East Grand Forks is in Section 8 Single A. The top team is Warroad, currently unbeaten at 13-0. And they are up soon on the Moorhead schedule, and I think that East Grand Forks also has another matchup with Warroad, but that will probably be the game to decide state tournament entry, either Warroad or East Grand Forks this year.
Yeah, both very strong teams in Section 8A, both in the top 4, I believe, in the state. Unfortunate for them, they have to square off in the section final, but that is the case many years in 8A, having some very strong programs up here, traditional programs that maintain very high quality hockey, and I think you're right, Larry, they're going to probably ending up in the section final to see who gets to the X.
I know Thief River Falls usually has a say in that. Their year is not as strong as what we've seen here tonight, but when it comes tournament time and get ready for that trip to St. Paul, you better be ready.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Thief River Falls because we talk a lot about East Grand Forks and Warroad, and Thief River Falls is also in the top 10. So there's 3 teams in 8A right now in the top 10, and they've got some high-end players on there. A name you might recognize, Bushy. They have an Evan Bushy, who is, I believe, a great nephew of the great Dennis Bushy, playing for the Thief River Falls Prowlers.
Play will come down now on the far side, right in front of the Moorhead bench, just outside the Moorhead zone. 1:14 to go. The goaltender has been pulled. 6 attackers now for East Grand Forks as they send it in deep. The Spuds at this point will like nothing better than just plain simple get the stick on the puck and toss it up ice. This shot came in on goal, and the save there for Hudson Hodges.
Well, that shot was reminiscent to early in the game when the Green Wave scored their first goal And a puck that just got wrapped up to the top of the blue line was snapped quickly towards the net, and traffic out front created chaos, but Hodges was there to grab it.
And with 1 minute to go, play is down in the far corner. The Spuds pull it loose but can't clear the zone. It's turned around at the line and set in. With 6 attackers, here's a shot and a glove save, Hudson Hodges.
Well, a pretty benign shot coming off the hash mark roughly over there from Landon Parker as he turned and fired, and Hodges was square to it, saw it the whole way and got his glove on it.
Now we're at the 49-second mark. Stay tuned after tonight's game for our post-game report and our 3 stars. Brought to you by Lowell Bennis at Bennis Accounting and Tax Service, and by First International Bank and Trust, and by the Forum. You can catch up on all local sports activities, scores, and stories. Here's a long shot from center ice to the empty net, and it's Caden Triggs with the hat trick goal. 17, 18, and 19 now on the year for Caden Triggs.
Well, it's a really good pass coming out of the end from Carter Johnson with probably a combination of good awareness to find Triggs, but also Caden Triggs with wonderful communication there. When your teammates can't see where you're at and you're open, Caden Triggs hollers to let Carter know that he's there, and Carter finds him.
6-3. Luke Grammer also getting an assist. Luke Grammer getting an assist. That's his 3rd point of the night. Jess also getting an assist. That's his 3rd. And with that goal from Caden Triggs, the Spuds are looking up and watching the clock run down. There's a big hit that's delivered on Jackson's score. Regardless of the score, this game is not over in a lot of people's minds as it works off to the far side. We'll watch this one run down as the Spuds have picked up their 12th win of the season as the horn sounds. The final score on our Speakeasy scoreboard: Moorhead 6 and East Grand Forks 3.